Hi, this is Grandma Jennifer from North Coast Christian Church. We can't meet in church right now, so we're going to have Kids Church online. And I'm really missing all of you guys that I haven't seen for a while, but we're going to do our best to have some fun and just meet like this until we can all be together again. I know the world's been kind of crazy lately. Oh, we haven't been able to go to almost anywhere. The school shut down, library closed down. Us older people aren't supposed to go to the store, although they did open it up on Tuesday, Thursday morning for us at Safeway, and I think Freddy's is going to do that too. They stopped church and school, and like I said, the library and all the fun. Oh, restaurants can't go in and eat, but you can still go through the drive-thru. So if you're craving a soft ice cream cone, see if Mom and Dad will take you through Dairy Queen or McDonald's if you live in town. Well, today we're going to have a story, and then we're going to do a craft project. So I'm going to tell you everything you need so that maybe your mama can help you find all those things while we're having kids' church, and then you'll have them all ready for you at the end. So first off, everybody get your Bibles. For the craft project, you're going to need scissors. I guess that's kind of big. Let me grab all my goodies. A glue stick, maybe a littler pair of scissors for you. Some markers of bright colors if you want. You don't have to have those. A stapler and cupcake holders. Little cupcake paper cups. You know your mama uses these to make cupcakes and muffins, but if you don't have any in the house, don't worry about it. We'll just cut out some paper. So let's do this again. Cupcake holders, the paper cups, a stapler, and once again, if you don't have staples in the house, you can always glue. A scissors, glue stick, or any kind of glue. If you don't have, if all your glue sticks are dried up, Elmer's would work too. Some bright colored markers if you want. You don't have to have those. And then some bright colored paper, because we're going to make some pretty flowers, like all the daffodils that are in bloom right now. So we'll start with, pretty bright yellow. Some daffodils are pink. Some are more orange. And then, of course, the stems have to be green. And then some color to put them on. Save all the really bright colors for your flowers, but pick one color to put on the background. It could be blue, purple, orange, any other color, but save the bright ones for the colors. So that's our list of things that you're going to need a little bit later. All right. I just want to tell you, I miss all you guys so much. I miss seeing all of your smiley faces and all of your stories. I know some of you had places to go and it feels kind of sad and frustrating. Like Audrey and Ava and Amelia, they didn't get to go to Costa Rica. Alex and Andrew, I know you guys already went on a cruise, so good for you. Emma and Coy, Jackson, Logan, and Sophia. Some of you had to cancel plans that you might have been wanting to go on. Mason and Jesse, Levi and Oliver, Annalise, Ryan, Paris and Sydney, and Robert. And if I missed anybody, I'm really sorry. Oh, and our little guys. The little ones that Miss Jeannie teaches, Joel and Aiden and who am I missing over there? Dale. There's two more. Oh, forgive me. It'll come to me later. Anyway, we really miss you. I know some of you might have had plans to go up to the mountains in the snow and go skiing. Some of you might have had a trip planned to go to another beach, someplace nice and sunny and warm. Everybody has some place to go, or maybe just some fun-filled trips around here. But they're asking if everybody would just stay in place. You know, you can still do fun things, though, with your family, your close family that you live with, your mom and dad, and maybe grandma and grandpa and brothers and sisters. You can play games, and of course, Go outside and, oh, we've been having great sunny days. So that's really, that's a blessing. You can bake. That's always fun to do. That's what I like to do when I'm stuck in. And of course, it's more fun on a rainy day because you want to be outside, but you can still go to the beach. Just keep your distance. Remember, 6 feet. It's about twice as big as you are. Don't run up to a strange dog and pet it. Don't run up to a friend from school and give them a hug because you missed them. Keep your distance and just talk to them from 6 feet away. I know I gave 6 foot hugs to my let's see, Amelia, Aiden, Sophia. They all gave me 6 foot hugs. So, and Audrey and Ava. We're gonna get through this. You know, it's just a crazy part of life that sometimes gets interrupted, and you guys are in the middle of it. You are making history. Do you know when you grow up, you're going to tell your little kids, back when I was little, we had to fight this crazy virus going around, the coronavirus, and you're going to be able to tell them that you lived through it, and here you are now. So just like our grandmas and grandpas told us stories about their olden days. But no matter what, God's got this world in his hands. He really has the world in his hands. There's a song about that. He's got the whole world in his hands. And he does. And he knows what he's doing. We don't know the big picture, but we know he does. And we know more than anything, he loves us, and we can trust him. And he loves you more than anything, even more than me. And I love all you guys so much. Oh, really and truly, I miss you. So let's first off do our books of the Bible. Let's see who can remember those. So say them with me, guys. We've been practicing. Nope, I don't think you can. They're up there, but I don't know if you can read those very good. But just say them along with me. So the books of the New Testament. First, the Gospels. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And then the book of history of after Jesus went to heaven and all the disciples, the book of Acts. And then the book of Romans, 1st and 2nd Corinthians. Now, the Apostle Paul is going to be writing on most of these. Galatians, Ephesians, Philippians, and Colossians. He wrote letters to all those cities. 1st and 2nd Thessalonians, 1st and 2nd Timothy, Titus, Philemon, Hebrews, James, 1st and 2nd Peter, 1st and 2nd and 3rd John, Jude, and Revelations. Revelations is the book of prophecies. Some of those things we're still waiting to happen, and he's telling us about when he's going to, a little bit about what heaven's like. So today we're going to start with a story of a young guy who probably felt a lot like you guys. You might think, it's not fair. We don't get to go on our trip. We don't get to go on our vacation. Oh, I feel like I'm in jail because I always have to stay in the house. But you can go outside, remember. Just don't run up to somebody that you haven't been in contact with for a while. You know, I used to go to jail every Sunday night. It's true, I did. I used to teach women's church in jail, and it was a lot like teaching you guys because a lot of them were a lot like just little kids because they didn't know anything about the Bible or God, and I got to teach them. And a lot of times I took in little kid books and read to them and told them the stories just like I do you guys. So today's story is about a special young man that life wasn't fair to him, and it was really unfair. He even got thrown in jail, and he didn't deserve it. I'm sure a lot of you remember the story of Joseph, because we did a whole story. We did a whole series on the life of Joseph. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to, whoops, that's a little glary there. There we go. We're going to have the life of Joseph. And I know you've heard it before, but we're going to have a fun little review. So I am going to flip this and hopefully, okay, the lighting isn't as good as when I started. Sorry, guys. See, I waited too long to videotape this. Well, it starts out that Joseph was out in the field taking care of his daddy's sheep. Yeah, this is just bad lighting. All right, I'm going to try my best to get it in better lighting. Let's see if we can do it. And if it's any better or not. Okay, we're starting off. He's out in the field taking care of his sheep. And he might have had a couple brothers there with him. And they were taking care of his flock. Sometimes they had to stay all the way into the night, but they wanted to take care of the sheep so no bad animals would come and get them. Well, one night, Joseph had a dream, and he told his brothers, hey, guess what? I had a dream last night, and in my dream, you guys are all going to bow down and worship me. And they said, what are you talking about, Joseph? We are not about to bow down to you. Why do you think you're any better than us? Well, I don't know, but God gave me this special dream, and that's what's going to happen. And they were just so mad at him. They were very mad, and they were also very jealous of him because their father had made him a special coat. He was one of his youngest sons after Joseph's mama died, and he loved him very much, and the Bible even says he was his favorite. He made him a special coat of many colors, kind of like all the pretty colors you see here. Just many, many beautiful patterns. Oopsie, knocked over our palm tree. So they all went home, and these brothers they went home, and these brothers got together and told all the other brothers. Guess what Joseph thinks he's doing now? He thinks that he's going to rule over us. Can you believe that? Oh my goodness. Some of the older brothers came, and they just couldn't believe their ears. Are you kidding me? He's a dreamer. He's such a dreamer. He always thinks he's just the best, and he's Dad's favorite, and I just want to kill him sometimes. Well, they went off for a while, and Joseph was at home with his dad. Let me see if this might help if I turn it this way. So hold on, everybody. I'm turning the camera around because this is just not the best. Maybe that's better. Okay, so his dad said they were out taking care of stuff and running some errands for Dad and all that. And he said, Joseph, why don't you go see how your brothers are doing? Some of them were tending the flocks, and he had come home to stay with his dad a while. Go out and see how they're doing. Okay, Dad, I'll go. So he comes up to his brothers, and he tells them, Dad sent me out here, but I keep having these dreams that I'm just going to rule over you someday. And boy, I'm telling you, they were so mad by then. They said, that's it. That is it. I just want to take him. And if we can't, because his older brother, who really didn't think that would be very nice, and his dad would miss him so much, Reuben says, no, we cannot kill him. We'll just throw him in this well. So they did. Here's the well. And they just took him. Where'd you go, Joseph? Oh, he's sticky. And they threw him in the well. There he is. He's in the well now. See inside here? But it wasn't full of water, so he didn't drown. And they took off and just thought, just let him rot in there. Dad will never know what we did with him. Well, remember, they didn't think that would be very nice. The older brothers didn't think it would be nice, and they said, no, we can't let him die. So hopefully he'll be able to escape. Well, Reuben said, he thought to himself, I'll just go back and save him a little bit later. No, that was Judah. Reuben's the one that said, I know, let's just go kill a ram. So, not a ram, a goat. So they got a goat. And they said, let's just take his blood and put it all over his pretty coat. And then we'll tell Dad that a wild animal got him. So they did. And that's what happened. Well, while he was in here, Judah goes back to find him, the older brother, and he can't find him anymore. Because here's what happened. Along came this caravan with their camels, and they wanted to know what was going on, and the brother said, oh, hey, we have somebody we can sell you for a slave. Well, they had precious things with them. They had some spices and some important stuff that they were taking along with it, not you, along with them to Egypt. And they said, all right, we'll buy him. So they bought him for 20 shekels. And they tied him up and put him on one of their donkeys. Oh, don't have one. Okay, well, maybe he rode the camel. And they went back to Egypt. And when they got there, they sold him. They took him to Potiphar's house. Now, Potiphar was maybe kind of like a governor, and the Pharaoh was more like he was in charge of the land, so not quite the same, but like a king. So they took him back and they said, here you are, you can have him, use him for your slave. So poor little, this guy's gonna be, this guy here will be Potiphar now. So Joseph had to stay there, and while he was there, his wife told a lie about him, and they threw him in jail. Oh no, back in jail again. Well, before it was a well, but he felt like it again, and he had to stay there for 13 years. Now, when he started out, he was 17 years old. He had to stay in jail 13 years. That's a long time. That means now he's 30 years old. And when he was in there, he told a dream to one of his cellmates, and they got out of jail. And he says, please remember to tell them when you get out, so that maybe they'll let me out too, that I interpreted your dream, because God has given me this special gift. Well, he forgot. Oh no. So some more years went by. He had to live there a couple more years. And finally one night, where's my king? The king has a dream. And he says, can anybody interpret this for me? And all of his wise men, they said, we don't know how to interpret dreams. And then this one, the one that was in the jail with him, comes and says, oh, I remember now. I know somebody that can interpret dreams. He told me my dream. His name is Joseph. We'll go get him. Okay. So they went and got Joseph, and he came and he said, I'm so disturbed. I don't know what this is about, but I keep having these dreams, and it's just so frustrating to me. And he says, I'll tell you your dreams. Your dreams mean there was seven skinny cows, 7 fat cows, and then they ate them up, and sorry, I'm getting a ding ding on my phone. And here's what the dream means. You are going to have 7 good years when all of your food and your crops grow really good, and it's going to rain, and then you're going to have 7 bad years. And there's going to be a drought, and there's going to be no rain, and nobody will be able to grow anything. So make sure you store up enough for everybody in the kingdom for the 7 good years. And then in the 7 bad years, we will have plenty of food. And so he did. And he said, Joseph, you are so smart and you are so good that I'm going to just put you in charge of all this. And so he was in charge, and he grew up to be, he's 30 now. We're going to turn this guy into Joseph now. because he grew up a little more. And the Bible said he was a very handsome man. So he was very, very pleased that he could help, and he got to live in the palace and take care of things. Well, time went on when they were in the drought and there was no food to eat. And his father was just getting hungry and couldn't feed his family. His father had 12 sons and they all had families. And so he told his sons, please go to Egypt and see. I hear that they have food over there. So they went, all except the youngest one, Joseph's younger brother, who was, I'm so sorry if you're seeing those messages pop up on my screen, but Benjamin was the youngest, and he didn't go with them. All the other brothers went. So they went. And Joseph was in charge, but remember, now, how many years have gone by? He's now a little over 30 years old. So the brothers didn't recognize him. So he said, is this all the brothers you have? Well, no, we have one more at home with our father. We'll go get him. Oh, no, we can't get him. Nope, I'm not going to give you any food until you bring him back. So he played a little trick on him and put a silver cup with some silver in it, and then they got stopped on the way home, and oh no, they thought that they stole it. But he says, first off, they brought him back and said, look, he stole from you. And so he made one of the brothers stay back with him. But to make this long story short, they finally went back and convinced their dad to let Benjamin go. And when he came back, and all the brothers came back with him, and remember there was 12 altogether, and I don't quite have 12 guys here, but there was a lot of brothers. The younger one, Benjamin, he brought them all back, and Joseph started crying. He fed him a good dinner at the king's table. He started crying and said, I'm your brother. I'm the one that you put in the pit, that you left for dead. But it's okay, because through everything, God was with me. Do you know, even though Joseph had all that bad stuff happen to him, he got lied about, he got thrown in jail for 13 years, his brothers threw him in the pit, they almost killed him. Do you know that God sent special angels always to care for him and protect him? And they must have just been surrounding him day and night when he was little, when he got bigger. God protected him and he saved him through it all. And now, because he was in Egypt and he was in charge of all the food in the land, he was able to bring his brothers and his father and all their families back. And they ended up living in Egypt with him. And they grew and they grew. And it said there were 70 in their family, and they all moved over there. And they had enough food and they lived a happy, long life. Do you know, even though that was kind of a rough story for little Joseph, if he hadn't been there at that time, he wouldn't have had enough food to feed his family. So even though it was hard and he probably didn't like being in jail, he never gave up. He always trusted God. He knew that God was going to save him out of it, and he did. And he never ever stopped believing in God, and he never stopped worshiping and singing songs no matter what. And that's what we should be like today. Even though life isn't like it used to be, we know that God's in control. We know that he's going to bring us through this. He is. We know that he loves you more than anything in the whole world, even more than your mommy and daddy. And I love you too, and I miss you guys. But we're going to be together soon. So our Bible verse that I would like us to learn today is, Joseph was strong, he was brave, he didn't ever complain about where he was, and the Bible says he was handsome. God gave him very strong, muscular arms, so he was able to do a lot of the work and help everybody save the food. The verse I want us to learn today is from, get your Bibles. Look up 1 Corinthians 16:13. Here, I'll try to put it in front of you. 1 Corinthians 16:13. So that's in the New Testament. And here's our Bible verse. Watch, stand fast in the faith. Be brave and be strong. There's a song to that. That's why I do it kind of choppy. Oh, I need to find that CD. Watch, stand fast in the faith. Be brave and be strong. And if we will just remember this, we can watch what's going on. We can watch the news. But trust me, don't watch too much of it. It just gets depressing. So watch and stand fast in the faith. Always hold on to your faith and know that God's got this world in His hands. Be brave and be strong. And whenever you can, you just help somebody else that might not be able to get out of the house. Or make them some cookies. A neighbor, maybe a grandma or grandpa that lives next door to you, even though they're not yours. You could make them something nice, pick them some flowers out of your yard, and go ring the doorbell and leave them there. That would be a wonderful thing to do. All right, guys, that's your verse for the week. And we're going to move on to the fun part you all love so much. We're going to make our craft now. So it is spring. Spring has sprung. Finally, spring is here. As of yesterday, we are no longer in winter. And God has given us the most beautiful sunny days. I mean, look at it out there. It is, well, I can't see very good. You can tell I'm in the kids' room. Yeah, that blind is shut. But anyway, it's a beautiful sunny day. Oh, there's still a snowman up there. Aw, you guys, there's your little man. This is what we just finished just last week talking about what are all the special gifts God gave us and how we can use them, and that we are a light of the